Okay, Max Canyon. Again, an old pattern, still effective. I caught a fish on this fly yesterday. Talking with a guide on the river I was fishing on, he said every successful fly pattern he has used this year has had some color, some material with orange in it. So don't give up on this old pattern. Here's something a little different now. We're going to use two-color wing, and I'm still going to fold it just exactly like we've been doing. You're going to use less material though, because you're going to double up now with a white calf tail and an orange calf tail. And this fly really does look good in the water as it comes through with those two colors. You wouldn't think that it would make any difference for two colors the way it would show. It does. It really does. The currents will move it around. Tie that first one down. And then here comes a piece of orange. And again, not too much. More is not always better. Get rid of the underfur. Give it a stack. And lay it right directly on top of the white. Now when this is folded, the white wing will now be on top. The white color will now be on top. Now, on occasion, I will, on my own personal flies, I will now put in 4 or 5 strands of pearl crystal flash right here. So as you lay it over, that crystal flash will be underneath. And I always leave the crystal flash longer than the wing itself. Now we're going to also have a two-colored tail. I have orange hackle. I'll pull off a little bit of orange hackle fibers. Keep the tips as even as you can. Tie it in. And then we're going to put some white. If I can get rid of the orange. We're going to put some white hackle on top of that orange to kind of match the wing. Keep them the same length, as even as you can. And I'll bind them down. Now body, you could do lots and lots of different materials for the body, I'm sure. What I have done, for me, the quickest way to do this is I buy just plain yarn at whatever store you want to buy it at. Most wool yarn comes in 4 strands. I separate it out, so I'm now using 2 strands. I'm going to tie this in and run to the rear, almost to the rear. I'm going to tie in a piece of silver tinsel. This whole fly will be ribbed. I always take 1 wrap of my body material behind that tinsel. Many times when you look at flies that other people have tied or offshore flies, the tinsel will be falling off the back. By doing that, it will never happen. Take about 4 wraps, tie it down, clip it off, and tie in a piece of black. Same thing, I've taken the 4-strand black and I have made it into 2. Tie it down. I run that black forward just to give it a much smoother body, a transition, and then come forward. Tie it off. And here comes the tinsel. I got a little bit crooked there, but I want to show you for tinsel 4 to 5 wraps, usually not 3, but 4 to 5 wraps is all you need. So many times you'll see the flies out there with 6, 8, 10 wraps on it. If you want a tinsel body, make a tinsel body. But for the ribbing, all you're doing is just that little bit of flash. Now here's a black hackle. That black really sets off that orange and white. Again, I'll use my rotary 1.5 to 2 times. That's all you need. You're looking for just a little bit of movement down there in the water, and that's what this hackle will give you. Fold it over, bind it down, stick your scissors in there, open them slightly, pull the hackle into it, and cut it off. That's all you need to do. Grab all of this, fold it over, capture the wing, and that wing's or that thread's having a tendency to slide off the front. I don't care. Just keep wrapping. Just don't pull real tight. Otherwise it will all pull off the front. As soon as you get a little head built, then just keep tightening up on your wraps. Keep tightening up. And you can see that just makes a very, very nice, neat little wrap. Put your head or your whip finish on the head. And there's the old Max Canyon. Believe me, guys, fellow fly fishers, I shouldn't say guys because there's a lot of women out there doing it right now too. This fly does catch fish. I know a lot of guides, this is their go-to fly, a go-to searching pattern. Even though it's old as the hills, it still works very well. A Max Canyon.